Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. Today it's time to start Ristorante Amore. Why that? Well, because somehow it failed to start within Deep Sorrow and Baby Blues told their horror story, something like that. And there was a third title that's supposed The Briefcase, I think. So basically 3 games that's supposed to be horrors, but somehow they didn't work. I don't know the reason. Seriously, I tried to start them, but there was an error occurring every time I tried this. I don't know, maybe someday it will work. So okay, let's start this one. Another visual novel. Please input the heroine's first name. If nothing is entered, you will default to Lily. Okay, let's go with Lily. So we are Lily, probably. When I was a little girl, I used to dream about all the cool things I'd do once I was a grown-up. My dreams changed constantly. I first wanted to be a teacher, then an artist, then a baker, then a stewardess. The sky was the limit, but you know what? It's now been more than 4 months since I graduated from college, and none of my dreams have come true yet. Real life can be pretty hard. Oh no! I was spacing out on the job again and dropped everything that I was just holding. That's what I get for not being careful, I guess. I know I should pay more attention, but I can't help it. Did you seriously just drop another set of plates? I keep thinking that there's got to be a limit to your stupidity, but then you go and raise the bar for yourself yet again. But I didn't mean to drop them. My mind just wandered for a bit. You think that makes it okay? No. Do you know how much just one of these dishes cost? Oh come on now, Ethan. It's not that big of a deal, is it? Are you kidding me? Yeah, she just broke about $150 worth of china. Calm down, it's not the end of the world. This isn't something to laugh about. Yeah, I always dreamed of being an adult, but reality is harsh. I'm 22 years old. 1 year older than me now, and a waitress after 4 years of college. I'm at college right now actually, and it's 3.5 years. And I only got this job because my uncle owns the place, but nobody ever got anywhere by being too hard on themselves. In this economy, I'm lucky to have a job at all, and most of the time I enjoy my job very much. The patrons are very nice, and as for my co-workers, what are you grinning about? You look like an idiot. Is it wrong to be happy? It is when just after breaking a whole bunch of dishes, unless you enjoy being a complete pain, which I'm beginning to suspect you might. I forget about that? Oh no, I hope my uncle won't be too upset with me. I quick run to grab the broom so I can clean up the broken pieces. This place is Ristorante Amore, an uptown Italian restaurant. After graduating from college, I, like a lot of people in this horrible economy, had trouble finding a job. Nobody was in need of the skills that I have. Luckily, my uncle, who owns this restaurant, was in need of a waitress to fill in after one girl had to move out of town. He didn't mind my lack of experience either. I'm not the most coordinated person in the world, but I try my best. You should have seen how many dishes I broke on my first day. Ethan was pretty upset that day too. I must have made a terrible first impression. Ethan is this guy here. He's a waiter and we usually have shifts together. I'm glad that I have some more experience to rely on. But Ethan can be pretty harsh whenever I make mistakes. He means well, I think. He's just a little picky, but he never demands more work from me than he himself puts in. Ethan is a very hard worker.
Lily, let me have the broom.
Oh, Pierre, it's okay. I'm the one who broke the dishes.
No, I insist. I'm on break right now, anyway.
Before I can protest more, Pierre gently takes the broom from my hands and proceeds to sweep out the broken plate pieces. Pierre is always such a gentleman. He's the sous chef here, so we don't exactly work together, but Pierre is always looking out for me. Even though I'm still pretty clumsy, he's never annoyed with me. I don't think I've never seen him angry. Come to think of it, the women who come to dine here really love him. Pierre doesn't get to leave the kitchen much, but he's always swarmed with fans as soon as he does. I don't blame them. He's such a dreamboat.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Ah, hello Liam. Liam's kind of a jack of all trades. On paper, he's a passer, but he also waits on tables, keeps the storeroom stocked, and all sorts of other things. I think he's been in the kitchen all this time. He must not have heard all the commotion.
Lily had just had a little accident, that's all. Did you break some dishes again? I thought I had eaten earring.
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
It's no big deal, Lily. Don't worry about it. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
Thanks, Liam. Liam's a very nice guy. He's the type that brightens up the entire room just by being in it. He can be a little impulsive, I suppose, but he's got a kind heart. I'm very glad to know him. Hey.
Oh, wrong voice. Hey, but why are you letting Pierre clean up?
Oh, that's right. How rude of me. I should have...
Nah, I just meant that you two are taking my job. You're supposed to leave this sort of thing to me, yeah?
With a boyish grin, Liam takes the broom from Pierre. Soon enough, all the broken pieces are swept away, but Liam takes some more time to check the floor for any pieces we might have missed.
Who wouldn't want to someone stepping on a piece and cutting their feet or something? I think most of our patrons wear shoes, Liam.
From anyone else, this might sound snide, but Pierre is so gentle that Liam thinks nothing of it. Pierre just doesn't want Liam to worry.
I guess that's true.
Liam glances at a clock hanging on the back wall of the kitchen and his eyes widen.
Crap, we better get back to work before you know who comes back and... You know who? Really? Ethan? What am I supposed to be, Voldemort now? You three sure look like you're having fun. Meanwhile, Lily, I'm on the floor doing your job for you.
Sorry, Ethan. Before Ethan can lecture us anymore with all these pairs and get back to where we're supposed to be. Well, only a day's work at Ristorante Amore, I suppose.
Sometime later.
Working at the restaurant, the days pass by pretty quickly, and there isn't much variation from one day to the next. But it's wonderful that the days are so peaceful.
Break time. Finally!
Liam stretches his long limbs happily. His smile is pretty infectious, so I can't help but follow his lead. I'm nowhere near as flexible as Liam is, though. Every day, the restaurant closes between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. so that the staff can switch over from the lunch menu to the dinner menu. It's a pretty busy time for the chefs, but the rest of us don't have much to do while the restaurant is closed. The lunchtime period really was busy today, wasn't it?
Sure was. I don't think I got to sit down even once. I'm glad Ristorante is doing well. That means we can all stay here together for a little longer.
Ah, this is Laura. She's a waitress like me, but she's still in college, so she doesn't work every day. Laura is super nice, but a little on the shy side. I heard that she and Liam started working here at around the same time. They're on pretty good terms with each other, but Laura seems very embarrassed when she talks to him. I wonder why. Laura, do you want to eat lunch together today? Since Laura and I are usually the only two waitresses on staff around this time, we usually hang out together. I consider her a good friend of mine. I'm sorry, Lily, but I promised my sister I'd go somewhere with her today during the break, and you aren't mad at me, are you? Oh, of course not. If you made a promise with your sister, you should keep it. I'll figure something else out. Thank you for understanding. Well, I guess I should be going now. I'll see you after dinner starts, okay? Sure. See you later, Laura. Laura quickly gathers her stuff and leaves to meet with her sister. Well, it's no fun having lunch alone. I should find someone else to spend time with. See if Pierre needs help. I think choosing Pierre might be not a good idea. I mean, okay, we probably have to choose right now the guy that we might get dated with. That sounds so terrible from women. Well, not terrible, but for me I'm straight. So, no offense to anyone, seriously. I don't actually care if you are interested in man or woman. It's your decision. I'm into woman. So Pierre no, because he's very popular probably from what I heard, from what I remember, and there might be a huge group of women around him. Ethan, actually, we know he's hardworking and everything. Don't know the reason. He's a little like me. I'm hardworking, but usually when it's deadline, before I'm pretty lazy. Liam, I think he might have something more than friendship with Lucy. Okay, boldly approach Ethan. Let's go. He a little is like me, so whatever. Ethan and I aren't exactly on the best terms, but that's all the more reason why I should check him out. We could just get to know each other better. I'm sure he's going to like me. I know that deep down he's a kind person. He could have said much worse things to me than he has. After all, I definitely deserve it after all the mistakes I've made while working here. Anyway, Ethan is not hard to find. He usually sits alone. I quickly find him sitting at an empty table in the bedroom, poking at a plate of pasta with his fork. The pasta is not to your taste? Ethan looks surprised for a moment, as if the last thing he'd expected was for me to be talking to him like this. Eventually, he goes back to frowning. But Ethan does at least reply to my inquiry. Leftovers from earlier. The cooks gave it to me so they wouldn't have to throw it out, but they put too much salt in it today. I love salty foods. Do you want to trade lunches with me? I brought something from home. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the thought of Ethan not eating anything just makes me feel so too sad. He's got a whole evening shift ahead of him. He'll need the energy. Ethan eyes the bag in my hand suspiciously. Is that really alright? Of course. Do help yourself. I trade my packed lunch for his pasta and thought Ethan doesn't say anything else to me. He has an almost smile as he eats my food, and I feel as we've gotten just a little bit closer. Later that day. The dinner shift today isn't nearly as busy as it was at lunch, but there's still a lot of work to be done. In my eagerness to please, I break a few more plates, which Ethan is not happy about. It only gets worse when Laura accidentally drops an entire tray of food. Ethan is even more harsh with Laura than he is with me. Don't you think that it's a little ridiculous for you to be causing this much damage? I'm sorry, that tray was heavier than I thought it would be, so if it seems too heavy, then you could just ask someone to help you. But what is it? I'm scared to ask you for help. You will yell at me. I have to admit that she has a point, but I think Ethan would rather help out than have this to happen. He has to cut his lecture short because he's knee on the floor, but it then leaves me to help Laura and Liam with the cleaning. I messed up again. It's okay, Laura. Don't let it get you down. Easy for you to say. You've been working here for just a few weeks, but you're already way better at waitressing than I am. That's not true. Ethan's always getting on my case too.
That guy gets on everybody's case. Don't worry about it.
Liam!
I know you've been getting better, Laura. You're a hard worker and always polite with the customers. It will pay off for you eventually.
I just wish Ethan could see how much effort I've been putting in.
Oh, Ethan only says all that stuff because he wants you guys to get better. He doesn't mean any of it in a bad way.